Have you ever been told that your dreams are too big, that your desires don't match your reality? What if I told you a story where someone proved that thinking big is not just a fantasy, but the only way to achieve greatness? This is the story of Alex, a dreamer from a small village who changed his life by thinking big. Alex was born in a small village nestled among the lush green mountains of North America. The village had only one school, no college, and just a few shops in the market. People lived simple lives, content with farming or small businesses. But Alex was different. From a young age, he had a restless spirit. While other children played marbles or chased butterflies, Alex would sit under an old banyan tree, lost in his thoughts. He imagined traveling to distant cities, becoming a big business owner, and changing the world. His father, a simple farmer, often scolded him, saying, "Don't think about things that will never happen. Focus on your studies and learn to farm. That is your future." But Alex couldn't hold back. He had a fire inside him that no one could extinguish. When Alex was 16, a motivational speaker named Mr. Smith visited his school. Mr. Smith was a successful businessman who had once been poor. He spoke passionately about the power of dreaming big. "If you can think it, you can do it," he said. Alex's heart raced. For the first time, someone validated his seemingly crazy dreams. After the session, Alex spoke to Mr. Smith, saying, "Sir, I want to do something big, but I'm just a farmer's son. Is it really possible?" Mr. Smith smiled and replied, "The size of your dreams should not depend on your circumstances. Think big, work hard, and never give up." These words became a mantra for Alex. It wasn't easy for Alex to make this decision. He was deeply connected to his village, the place where he first dreamed, where every tree and street was filled with memories. But his dreams couldn't be confined to the limits of that small village. If he wanted to turn his thoughts into reality, he had to step out of his comfort zone. After finishing high school, Alex proposed to his parents that he wanted to go to the city. His father's voice was filled with concern, but there was also an unwavering belief in Alex's dreams. Deep down, Alex was scared. Would he really be able to do this? But every time he remembered Mr. Smith's words, "Think big, work hard, and never give up," it fueled his courage. The night before leaving for the city, Alex sat under his favorite banyan tree. He touched the soil with his fingers, as if wanting to capture that moment in his memories forever. He looked towards the distant mountains and silently promised himself, "I will return as a successful person and make this land proud." The next morning he got ready to leave for the city. His mother had tears in her eyes but a smile on her lips. Standing at the bus stand, Alex took one last look at his village, feeling a mix of joy and sadness in his heart. As the bus departed, he wiped his tears and took a step towards his dreams. This was not just a journey, it was the first step towards his dreams. The city was a home for dreams, but also a sea of struggles. As Alex stepped onto the crowded streets of United States, he was amazed by the tall buildings, rushing people, and the never-ending noise of vehicles. It was the complete opposite of the peace of his village. Alex rented a small dark room. That night, staring at the ceiling, he wondered if he had made the right choice. Would he be able to survive here? But then he remembered his dreams and hugged his pillow, falling asleep. To make a living, Alex started working at a local café. From morning till night, he made tea and coffee for customers, cleaned tables, and washed dishes. At night, when everyone was asleep, he would take out his books and study. He enrolled in an online business course and resolved to improve himself every day. After hard work and saving, he launched his first business idea. But soon, he realized it wasn't as easy as he thought. Customers started to dwindle, and he soon lost all his savings. One night, sitting on the floor, he cried, wondering if his dreams were just a fantasy. But then he remembered Mr. Smith's words, never give up. He wiped his tears, learned from his mistakes, and decided to start again, this time with even more determination. Alex began to understand the city's problems more deeply. He talked to people, understood their needs, and started planning a new business idea. The fire inside him blazed even brighter, and he began to weave his dreams anew with fresh hope. Giving up was not in Alex's nature. While living in the city, he noticed that people struggled with their everyday needs, whether it was a lack of time or convenience. This inspired him for his new business idea. Alex planned to start an online home delivery service where people could order their necessities through an app, but there was a problem. He had no money and no knowledge of technology. However, Alex was determined. He continued working at the cafe during the day and learned app development through free online courses at night. He was exhausted, but kept studying with the same dream in his eyes. I must succeed. To tackle his financial issues, he reached out to some old friends and shared his business idea with them. His passion and confidence inspired them, and they decided to invest in Alex. Finally, he launched his first prototype app. But this was just the beginning. Once the app was launched, Alex thought everything would become easy, but the real challenge was just beginning. In the first week, customer complaints started pouring in. Sometimes orders were late and sometimes the app crashed. Alex realized that just having an idea wasn't enough. Execution was equally important. He worked day and night to solve every problem. He improved the coding, trained the delivery team, and strengthened customer support. But one day, suddenly, his main supplier broke the contract and his entire business came to a halt. Alex was once again faced with the fear of losing everything. He sat in despair, wondering if this dream was just a deception. Should he return to the village? But then he remembered his father's words. A true warrior is one who fights until the last breath. Instead of giving up, he began searching for new suppliers. He visited small shops in the city, spoke to them, and successfully connected them to his platform. Gradually, his service began to get back on track, and this time it was stronger and more stable than before. After hard work and patience, Alex finally reaped the rewards. Customer satisfaction soared, and the number of orders increased rapidly. One day, when he looked at the monthly reports of his app, he couldn't believe it. His earnings had broken all previous records. This was his first major success. He celebrated this joy with his team, but his inner passion had grown even stronger. Now he didn't just want to run the business, he wanted to take it to new heights. Alex spoke to new investors, expanded his service, and invested in marketing. He created new strategies every day, understood the market more deeply, and always prioritized his customers' needs. But as he rose, the challenges grew bigger. Now he was responsible not just for his dreams, but for the future of his entire team. Alex's hard work paid off, and his name spread throughout the city. His business model was discussed on news channels, and he became an inspiration for young entrepreneurs. But with this success came increased competition. Many large companies copied his idea and entered the market. Alex feared he might fall behind in this race. But instead of giving up, he decided to turn these challenges into opportunities. He added new features to his app, provided better customer service, and collaborated with local brands. Alongside this, he built his brand identity on social media. He became the face of his business and began sharing his struggle story with people. His authenticity and struggle touched many hearts, and his brand loyalty grew even stronger. However, in this journey, he was unable to spend time with his old friends and family. Would he lose himself in this race for success, or would he be able to move forward while maintaining a balance? Despite achieving such great success, Alex felt an emptiness inside. Although he had become a renowned entrepreneur in the city, he was still the same boy from the village who had dreamed big but never forgot his roots. One day, he suddenly decided to return to the village. As soon as he touched the soil of his village, his eyes filled with tears. Old friends, his mother's love, his father's pride, everything was just the same. But he had changed. He opened a school and a skill training center in the village so that the children there could have the opportunities he never had. He shared his experiences with them, inspired them to dream big, and assured them that no matter how difficult things were, dreams could come true. Sitting under the banyan tree in the village, Alex looked up at the sky and smiled. He was no longer just a successful businessman. He had become a role model for fighting struggles and never giving up. Friends, this story is not just about Alex. It is about every person who dared to think big and made the impossible possible through hard work. In the beginning, dreams may seem impossible, and the path may be difficult, but if you have the fire to learn and move forward, no obstacle can stop you. If you like this story and are ready to fulfill your dreams, write, "I will never give up" in the comments and like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we will continue to bring you motivational stories that will help you take flight towards your dreams. See you in the next story.